know, Albert Pike, that fat, old, ugly, no pussy getting, that man right there, if you're watching this video, Trump is not with you, he hates you.
They ripped down a statue that was 110 years old. Beautiful piece of art.
The United States of America was founded on Freemasonic values. When I hear people, you know, they talk about the country and they be like, oh, the United States was founded on Judeo-Christian values. It's like the biggest myth of all time. The United States of America was founded on Freemasonic values. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about Albert Pike, the 2024 election, Donald Trump, crooked Kamala Harris, and a bunch of different ideas. Because if you look around at the things going on, we've had 2 staged Trump shootings. They got a lot of people riled up. They convicted him. He's an official felon now, and that made people feel a certain type of way. And in general, I feel like right now, they are attempting to paint Trump as like an anti-hero, raging against the system. He's against the deep state, you know, all that type of stuff. When in all reality, everybody, all of them is all a part of the same plan. Almost like people like to pick and choose who they want to support and who they want to be the villain. They'll look at somebody like Kamala Harris, label her as a villain, and she is a villain, don't get me wrong. She's a Jesuit, a witch. I don't trust Kamala Harris at all. But then you look at Trump and you say he's not with the plan, it's false. I think they're all a part of the plan. You know, I'll throw another name out there, LeBron James, for example. He's a known pedophile, but he's another guy who people just choose not to look deep in on and just assume that, oh, he's a black man, has a black family, #1 NBA all-time scorer, has a squeaky clean record, and they just choose not to look at LeBron James in a negative way, and they choose to overlook a lot of things. But in all reality, LeBron James is evil. He's on their side. Same thing with Donald Trump. As much as people want to feel like he's against the system, he is with the system, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, obviously, behind me, as y'all can see, there are a bunch of listed names and titles on the screen. So we have Jews right there, and we have Muslims right here. So why do I have both of those on the screen? So essentially, when people talk about World War III, this is essentially what they're talking about, okay? Albert Pike and Donald Trump, I'll get into their connection a little bit later, but Albert Pike essentially said World War III will be the Jews versus the Muslims. And the people who are going to side with the Jews will be the Freemasons, the Order of the Illuminati, Yale University 322, the Knights of Templar, and the Jesuit Order, versus the Muslims, and it's just gonna be the Muslims. It's gonna be a lot of bloodshed, and in the end, everyone is gonna lose except this side is gonna be able to establish a new world order, and it's gonna be so much bloodshed that, you know, people, they're gonna be looking for a savior. They're gonna be looking for someone to help them, and these people are gonna come in and give you a savior after there being so much bloodshed between these 2 sides. That is World War III. That is what Albert Pike wrote about. That is what Donald Trump believes in. That's what they all believe in. And we're about to break that down right now. So who is Albert Pike? I keep talking about him. I keep mentioning him. Who is this guy? So let's start off with the official story, and let's go with the truth of who he actually is. So the official story of Albert Pike is that he was an author, he was a poet, and he was a general with the Confederate Army. So part of that narrative is true. However, there's one major glaring thing that just isn't mentioned in his official story. He is a Freemason, and he's just not some random Freemason. He is the Freemason. He's like the Pope of Freemasonry. He's like, if I have any Christians watching this video, think Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. He is like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John for Freemasonry. He's a very respected figure, and modern day Freemasonry is based on this man's beliefs. Okay, that's why when I said the United States of America is based on Freemasonic values, it's based on this man's teachings, because he is their Pope. He's essentially like their God, their messenger of all the things that they believe in. You know, land of the free is the land of the Freemasons. And typically when it comes to the Freemasons, there are 2 sides that people primarily focus on. You have the Scottish and the York Rite. And publicly, the man that I mentioned, Albert Pike, was a Scottish Rite Freemason. So a few random key facts about those people. I guess you would consider them the largest group in Freemasonry. They're known as like the philosophers, the thinkers of Freemasonry. They're not really into religion like that. They believe in serpent semen worship. They're in line with the Kabbalists. And it's essentially a sex cult. You know, Albert Pike, that fat, old, ugly, no pussy getting, that man right there, he's a serpent worshiper. The reason why in Freemasonry they have like a robe or a little cloth, I don't know what you call it, but they have something over the penis area. And the reason why they have it over that area is because they believe it's the life force energy of the universe. They're not even allowed to bust nuts. Like, they essentially believe that the only time you should really be having sex with a woman is when you're gonna have sex to create a child, and you have to have it on the right star alignment. They're essentially astrologists. They believe that the stars have to line up on a specific day so that the child can become something. So Donald Trump, for example, his parents, also Freemasons, had him on a specific day, and it led him down the path to becoming the president of the United States. Okay, the flap, the little garb they have over the penis area, it is a representation of purity. It is a representation of life force energy. It is a representation of the stars aligning on a specific day at a specific time to make a child become something. You can only nut on those days. Okay, the G in Freemasonry, you see the G everywhere. The G essentially is the generative principle of the sexual essence, okay? So the Freemasons are essentially a sex cult when you really break it down and get to the roots of everything behind their organization. And Trump has ties to them, but the man that I'm talking about, Albert Pike, the guy who founded all of this stuff and all of these beliefs that I'm speaking on right now, this is the stuff that they believe in. Manny P. Hall, he was a Canadian philosopher. He spoke about this as well. He essentially said that all of these groups, you know, they're all in the same essentially. I know there's different categories. Like I said, you have the Order of the Illuminati, you got Yale University, the Jesuits. All of them are in different categories, but it essentially all boils down to the same type of thing. They use black magic, white magic, gray magic to achieve what they want to get in this world. And the reason why they're called Freemasons is because back in King Solomon's time, you know, the builders, which are the Masons, you know, the intelligent ones, they were only allowed to travel throughout certain places, you know, if there were stone builders. That's where this whole masonry thing all the way comes back to. Ancient Egypt, King Solomon, all that type of stuff. They were the geniuses, they were the intellectuals, the 33s. But what specifically is he known for? Obviously, he's like the Pope of Freemasonry, but what is he really known for? So there are two things that Pike is mainly known for. It's Morals and Dogma, the book that they claim wasn't meant for the public, but somehow became public knowledge to everyone. I'm not really sure if I believe that, but that's the story that they give us. So as I said, the main thing that he's known for is he predicted the Third World War, which will be between Jews and Muslims. And like I said earlier, all of these different groups are going to side with the Jews, and then the Muslims are going to be by themselves. I guess the common people are probably going to side with the Muslims, but for the most part, those are going to be both of the sides on the war. Okay, and the 33 rank is the only rank that matters. Essentially, it goes from the first degree to 33rd degree, level 1, all the way up to level 33 in this group. But we don't care about level 32 and under. I just don't care about them. They're useless, they're nobodies. There are people, literally, you could drive around and find a Freemason sticker on someone's car. There are everyday people in Freemasonry. I'm not saying everyone who is a Freemason is a part of all of this type of stuff that I'm mentioning right now, but the rich people, the celebrities, the people in positions of power, the people who have money, the millionaires, your local chief of police staff member, your local governor, all of these people are part of the things that I'm speaking on right now. And actually, in fact, this is just a fun little fact that came into my head. The rumor is that, you know, when you get called to become a 33rd degree Mason, because from degree 1, level 1, all the way up to level 32, you get to actively choose to become those levels. But the highest level, the 33rd degree, you don't get to choose that. They have to call you, bring you in, and then they begin questioning you on whether or not you can get to this level, this high level that the Donald Trumps, the LeBron James, Crooked Kamala Harris, Kanye West, P. Diddy, all of them, this is the level that they're at. And the rumor is that when they call you in, they ask you to spit on the Bible. They have a Bible present and they ask you to spit on it. And if you hesitate, you're not allowed to become a 33rd degree Mason. But if you spit on it willingly, no questions asked, instantly, you will become a 33rd degree Mason. They can get you in and make you become a superstar at anybody that you will want to become. You want to be an actor, you want to be a basketball player, you want to be a musician, they can turn you into anything if you choose to spit on the Bible without hesitation. But that's just the rumor on the street. And they use the Bible a lot in Freemasonry. It's in a lot of their rituals, but it's not the same type of Bible that the everyday man would read. I mean, there are a lot of questionable things with the Bible that most people read right now. However, the difference when it comes to Freemasonry is that they take the Bible and they flip it upside down. They essentially invert the Bible. And something interestingly enough, again, with Albert Pike, that he stated was that he believes atheists, their minds will be occupied by veganism and liberalism. Very interesting stuff there. And then lastly, before I get back to Donald Trump, you know, you have the black and white tiles in Freemasonry. That's why every time you go on Hollywood, I remember there's an app called Music, because I didn't want to pay $7 on Apple Music to get music when I could just listen to music for free on a different website. There's this app called Music, and it's a list where they show you the top musical artists right now. And every single time I go in there, it's always black and white. The artists, their cover pictures, their profile pictures, everything is always in black and white. Why is this? It's because of his teachings, his group, Donald Trump, all of their groups. They believe in this black and white duality. You have to be all good and all bad, because they believe when they get judged by God at the end of the day, they won't be vilified because they balance both all good and all evil. In Freemasonry, they believe that Lucifer is on one side and they call Jesus Adonai and he's on the other side to balance everything out. So now that we got all of the basis when it comes to Freemasonry, their beliefs and their understandings out the way, I want to play a clip here from Donald Trump and we're going to talk about it. Subtitles, can y'all even see the subtitles? Nah. So I'm going to turn the subtitles off.
When rioting and looting broke out in our nation's capital, I very quickly deployed the National Guard. I said, get them in. After watching for an evening or two, we stopped the violence and restored peace and order to the streets. And last night they had a little breakout again. They ripped down a statue that was 110 years old. Beautiful piece of art.
A beautiful piece of art.
Police precinct with our radical left mayor watching on television. We're not happy. That's going to be very expensive for DC. They're always looking for money. We need more money. We always need more money. And then they don't do the proper job. So it's not going to be good for Mayor Bowser. Mayor Bowser.
Okay, so a beautiful piece of art. Guys, what piece of art was he talking about? Let me pull it up for y'all real quick. Albert Pike. Let's pull him up. Albert Pike statue. Bam. Okay, so this is it right here. This was the original statue. As Trump said, it was up for 100 years. Albert Pike, the man I've been talking about in this video, and BLM, Black Lives Matter, decided to, strike it down. And Trump made those comments where he called it a beautiful statue and defended it essentially. So the reason why why would Trump make that comment? Even if we take the official story where he was just a Confederate author, poet, even if we take that story, why would Trump ever defend someone who was a Confederate? Why would he come to the defense of him? And I'll tell you why. They have unwritten rules, okay? Just like we have in our day-to-day lives. You play basketball, you play baseball. There are certain things that don't need to be said, but you kind of understand the rules behind everything. So if we, the common people, everyday good people watching this video, if we have our own unwritten rules, don't you think they have their own unwritten rules as well? And what are their unwritten rules? When it comes to Freemasonry specifically, you can't talk about him. He is the one guy that you literally cannot say anything negative about. You will never find a Freemason attacking Albert Pike. And that is the reason why Donald Trump came to his defense, because he knows that's my guy. I believe in everything that he believes in, the Satan worship, the semen worship, the homosexual, all of that stuff. He's gonna defend that because that's his bro, that's his pope. And something else that I find very interesting is that in 2004, Donald Trump admitted in a book that he had a Kabbalah teacher since a young age. And the Kabbalah people, they're not on our side at all. When I say our side, I mean like the common people who just want to see good and love within the world. They're not on our side at all. They're completely on the opposite side. So Donald Trump in his book admitted, I'm not with the Jesus, I'm not with the Muslims, I'm against all y'all. I'm with these people, I'm with these folks. Admitted that clearly in plain sight in his 2004 book. Something else that I find very interesting is that in the Church of Satan, there are 5 levels to it. And the 5th level, the highest level, in the Church of Satan. What is the title of that? MAGA, which I just find very interesting. It could just be a coincidence. With these people, I don't really give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't really give them, oh, it's a coincidence, but I would just throw that out there for the people who may not be 100% believing in the things that I'm saying. I just find it very interesting that in the Church of Satan, their highest level is MAGA, similar to Trump's Make America Great Again. Now, the next clip that I'm gonna play for you guys is from Marina Abramovich. She is a known witch. She's all throughout Hollywood. She's been with the Lady Gagas and the biggest celebrities of the world. A known witch, and she's gonna be talking about how she wants Donald Trump to win the election. Let's play this clip right now. There we go.
You know, I chose to share with you one really funny opinion. I chose to share with you one really funny opinion. But there is in Lapland, there is a group of the shamans there who do something called collective dreaming. They will go together in seclusion and do the rituals with, eating very little food and being in a solitude for a long time. And they will go and dream the dreams. And the dream have to be collective, same dream. So coming out of this dream, once of the shaman told me that actually the best thing happened in this planet right now is the Trump to be the president. I said, how is this possible? It's the best thing to happen. He said, yes, because he's so irrational, he's so crazy. That's actually create that awakening, that we finally wake up. Because before it will be another guy and everything looks similar. But he's so different than anything else. So he's the magician who waking us up.
All right, y'all. So I rest my case, okay? And this is not an anti-Trump, pro-Kamala video. This is not a pro-Kamala, anti-Trump. I hate them all, okay? They're all evil. They need to be thrown in the gulag. They need to be sent to Arkham Asylum. I'm not with any of them, but I just wanted to, end this video off by saying Trump is with them. He is anti-God. He is anti-religion. Any Muslim, Jew, Christian, whatever you are, if you're watching this video, Trump is not with you. He hates you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He literally hates you all. The United States of America, this country is the country of the Freemasons, the land of the free, the land of the Freemasons. They don't have as much power in the modern day. I think Yale University, 322, I think they've kind of overtaken the Freemasons, and a few of the other organizations have overtaken them, but in general, they're still a part of a larger plan, a larger plot to bring chaos to the world. However, I do want to say, they're faking the Trump shootings. They're calling him Hitler. They gave him felony charges. They're trying to get you emotional. They're trying to get you riled up to make you either feel like Trump is our anti-hero, our savior, or Trump is a villain. He's Hitler. He's this and that. I'm here to tell you, take a step back, turn off CNN, turn off Fox News. Anybody who does the politics stuff, get away from them. Okay, this is what I do in my life. I sit back, I relax, and I enjoy the show. It's all literally like a movie. Everything is planned, and I just sit back and I don't let it affect me. If you're watching this video, go hang out with your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your sister, your brother, anybody. Go enjoy life. Don't pay attention to this stuff. It will affect us, but at the end of the day, we're gonna be all right. They want men to be against women. They want the straights to be against the gays. They want the blacks versus the whites, the Jews versus the Christians versus the Muslims. They want us all against each other. They want to create confusion. They want to spread hate. In general, they just want chaos. That's what they feed off of. That's the energy that they love. And that's basically everything that I got to say for this video. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 7K, and I'm out.